Hey ladies, welcome back to Somebody Come Listen to This podcast. This is your host Nava. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button on your way in and let's jump right into this video. But before I do, I want to give y'all a warning. If you are male-centered in any way, if you still have hopes in 2024 of getting married and starting a family, and you're looking for someone to validate that for you, you will probably want to unfollow me or unsubscribe. Although I'm trying to get to 2K before the beginning of the year 2025, I cannot lie to y'all. Even though I'm a married woman, once again, I do not promote being married to girls or women, especially in 2025, because there are too many odds stacked up against us right now, and I really don't see a reason why women and girls would need to be married right now. It wouldn't be good for us to do at this point in time. And I find that the reason I said to unfollow is I find that girls that still have hope in that want me to sugarcoat things, and that's just not me. I can't give you that. And I find that male-centered women hate the truth, and they reject it, and they hate people who tell it. And I cannot have this channel and sugarcoat anything for any of y'all. I just can't, because things are getting too dire and too serious for us not to speak the truth right now. So that was my warning. If you get offended by anything that I say about men or males or boys and the state that they are currently in, it is because you are male-centered and you have not done your research, and that's just the way you choose to be, because it is a choice to be ignorant about what's going on in the world and what the men who are ruling the world are doing and what they have done in the past. I research a little bit of everything. I always have. I look at stuff, I read stuff, I Google stuff, I look at stats. Although I don't do it as much as some people, I do it. I do it, and I've learned a lot just from doing that. So people who don't like to learn are like my pet peeve. If you can't learn and communicate, I just don't like that, because you have no dog in the fight. You cannot communicate effectively if you're not forever learning and teaching yourself new stuff. And I find especially Christians are so closed-minded and don't want to learn anything new, because we've been taught as Christians. I used to be a Christian for about 10 years, that the Bible is the end all be all, and this is all you should live by. That we started getting taught that during slavery. That's what we got taught during slavery, and I think it's destroyed us as a people. But anyway, what I want to talk about is the Black Project 2025 that this young lady just started. I think she raised $20,000 for it in a little bit over 2 days. And so it's about letting people know about Black businesses and coming together as Black people and da-da-da-da-da. If y'all follow me, y'all already know I'm not going. I'm just not for it, because she's trying to come together with the males that look like us, and she's trying to come together with women that look like us. And I feel like that is I think we as Black people, we always think that we could do stuff together just because we're the same race. And the main thing, I think, is that you need to be of like minds to do anything, to accomplish anything. You need to be of like minds. And that's the big reason why the establishment and males in general have tried to divide us as a race and divide us as women. So there's not only divisions by race, but also divisions by sex. So that's why I said I cannot get on board with this, but we're going to get into what it's about, and I will be in and out with my commentary. Excuse that beeping, y'all. I am pulling into my garage, but I'll be in and out with my commentary, and I'll be back after this.
We had a Black Project 2025. Hear me out. I know it sounds crazy, but this is my vision. What if all of us were to get into a group? Okay, I'm talking doctors, lawyers, engineers. There's so many of us that are so talented, and we were to work together with our own Black agenda for 2025. I'm talking opening up Black-owned grocery stores in certain cities, Black-owned banks, so that way we can actually get our home loans and do what we need to do, our own doctor's offices, our own law practices, and we really were to just congregate and push towards our goals and our outcomes, right? And so this is how I envision it going. We can all get into this group. We can all donate what we have to donate on a monthly basis. And then basically we can have a CEO, we can have a CMO, and we can have a CFO that's in charge of leading the groups with the initiatives, right? We could have bi-weekly, monthly calls in regards to where we stand with our goals. So, okay, guys, we want a Black-owned grocery store in Los Angeles built and developed, August 2025. This is where we stand. This is how much we have funded. This is what's needed. This is where we are in the process. And we just go from there. And so we can just kind of congregate. And then on top of that, in this group, we could also just have a massive directory of Black-owned businesses. So that means that everyone that joins this group swears off of purchasing from these large corporations. I'm talking Black-owned coffee brands, clothing, everything you guys can think of, toiletries, like down to everything, like body washes, everything we use and consume on a daily basis. It is no longer purchased from these large corporations. It is purchased from one another. And I think that we can create so much wealth amongst ourselves just by strictly swearing off of supporting large corporations and only supporting one another, and also congregating to create our own agenda. Now, I know that there have been people who have tried to do this before in the past, and I know that we struggle as a community to trust one another. I don't really care about all that right now. I just personally feel like if we are able to put our pride aside and get it done, I feel like it could be one of the most impactful things done in Black history. Like, maybe there is a silver lining in Kamala not being able to get into office, because as a community, we just become that much more tight knit. Do you get where I'm coming from? I don't know. I know it sounds crazy, but I just feel like this is something that we should do. And I feel like I feel very strongly about the ability for us to transform our community and the perception of African-American individuals if we were to really finally come together.
Y'all, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not saying that this doesn't sound good in theory. What I'm saying is, this is not the sort of thing you just try to get together at the spur of the moment when you realize, oh, we're still not free. We're still oppressed. This is not the land that our people are from. They bought us here. Oh shit. This is something that should have been discussed probably like 100 years ago. We still should have been working on this every single day. It's no reason that we don't have grocery stores up already. We don't have hospitals and schools. This is not something we can just come up with and just throw together like a bologna sandwich. That's what my problem is. And then it's like I said at the beginning of the video, the mindset of the people are not there. You cannot just get together and work with random people that you don't know and just start building. No, just because they look like you. Y'all, this is not. Now is the time for women, I think, to really start being wise and to really start looking into the past. Looking into the past when you try to work with the men who look like you. I'm trying to really be careful about what I say. I want y'all to just ask yourself questions. I want to ask you questions to make you think more. Like, when in the past have you ever been able to just get together with the men who look like you and just work together cohesively? Just, if y'all have the answer, please get down in the comments and tell me, like, at what point in time were Black women and men able to work together cohesively? We've never been able to really do that in this country because this is not where we were originally from. We were brought here. So it was always somebody over us overseeing what we were allowed to do. And it's no different now. It will be no different now. Black women need to realize, yeah, you can talk about doing all this, but if the mindset of your men is not well, they haven't been taught to communicate. They haven't been taught to build. They haven't been taught to fight for themselves like other groups of men have. They have been just taught to submit. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. And black women, on the other hand, black men are the ones that are trying to teach us or make us submit to them. And black women have always done that. But in recent years, black women are rebelling and saying, no, I'm not submitting to nobody. And just kind of going off and doing our own thing. But the only thing black women are not doing is learning how to come together with women. We want to do so much, but we don't want to do it with women. We don't want to try to get on one accord with like-minded women. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. I know this in my real life. I'm online and I see like groups like the 4B movement. I would be willing to join that more than I would be willing to join Project 2025 for Black people, because they have a clear goal and purpose of what they're trying to do. They're coming together and they're cutting off A, B, C, and D because of A, B, C, and D. We cannot just, and this 4B movement has started. No, it's no telling how long ago it started, but it started long ago in Korea before we ever even caught wind of it. So these Korean women, they've been doing it for at least a decade. If their birth rates are dang near about to send them into extinction, they've been doing it in silence. And I think that's our problem. All of these women getting online talking about these movements they want to start, and they want to start them with the people that look like them just because they're the same color. As I think now is a time for Black women to go underground and to start talking to like-minded women and to learn from the past. To learn from the past, y'all. If a nation can rise no higher than the women in it, we should learn from that saying, because all of these nations have been trying to keep their women at the bottom. Like at the bottom, and all of them are doing horrible. All of them are like just trash and falling apart. And why is that? Because they're keeping the women at the bottom, and the women are just submitting and just going with it. We can't afford to do that anymore. Like women, we can even protect each other. Like y'all think y'all need men to protect y'all? No, you're in America. Arm yourselves. Get as many. I've been telling y'all, arm yourselves. Consider your Second Amendment right. Get pepper spray, get mace, get tasers, get guns, get whatever you got to do to protect yourself and each other. But I didn't mean to go on this long. Let's get back into the rest of the videos.
It's Kenny. Now, the Black Project 2025, while in concept sounds great, one of the things I'm kind of noticing is that they want to create a Black business directory. Now, the problem that I have with that is the fact that the Black Business Directory already exists. On top of that, there are Black Chamber of Commerces that exist throughout the entire country. You need to find a Black business? They know plenty of them. That being said, why are we trying to reinvent the wheel and claiming, oh, we got this great idea? Like, no, you really don't have as great of an idea as you think. You're reinventing a wheel that has already been reinvented. Now, I have nothing against the efforts that are already there, but instead of saying, hey, we're going to create something new, just give everybody access and links to the things that already exist so that we all can see this instead of trying to reinvent the wheel.
I agree with him. He's right. Like, we have plenty of Black businesses around here that y'all don't support. We have content creators that y'all can't even hit the like button and share videos. Like, this is why I'm like, y'all can't even do the little things. We can't even do the little things. I'm like, hit the like button, share this video. Let's get this out. This is a way that we can help Black-owned businesses and content creators, because they are already like trying to silence us and not let us speak to the masses. But we can't even do those little things. But what I want to talk about, y'all, I told y'all I was going to have a lot to say in this video. What I want to talk about, though, is the qualities of a leader. Like, there's like 10 qualities of a leader, and I'm going to post them right here so y'all can see them. And as we talk about them, I want you, women especially, to ask yourself, Are these the qualities of men that you know, especially black women? Are these the qualities of most of the black men that you know, that you birthed, that you grew up around? Most. I don't care if you know 2 or 3 black men. I'm talking about most of the men. Even I'm not talking to white women. This is for black women only. But I look at their men and I don't see that most of their men have these qualities either. They just study and read a lot more than black men do. So they, they're just wiser. Like, it's all about wisdom and what you know. When you're trying to like oppress another group of people, you have to take away knowledge from them. That's why you see these men in the government, like over there, with the Taliban, why they are not wanting their girls to go to school. They're not wanting them to talk to each other. They're not wanting them to learn. And over here, they're trying to put the Bibles back in the schools so the people will stay dumb. They're trying to take books out of libraries and ban them and ban certain education being taught in schools, that because you have to keep people dumb and to keep them from rising up against you, especially women. Especially women, and then after women is certain groups of people of color, black people. Basically, is women. You want to keep them dumb, and you want to keep black people at the bottom, so other groups can stay on the top. It's a hierarchy. We live in a patriarchy, so it's a hierarchy of men. White men at the top, then it's Asian men, Chinese men, and then it goes to Mexican men, other groups, Indian men, black men at the bottom. We all know that. So anyway, these leadership qualities, honesty and integrity. The supreme quality of leadership is unquestionably integrity. Look around you, black women, and ask yourself, do most of the men that you know in your life, I'm not saying that y'all don't know no men, any men like this. I'm talking about the majority. Do most of the men in your life, are they honest, and do they show integrity? And not even just in your life that you know of, like in other women's lives that you know of. Do black men show confidence? As a leader, you have to be oozing with confidence. Some of them do, but I feel like black women are the most confident creatures on this planet. I don't care what anybody says. Like, we can be the most busted, banged up looking thing you have ever seen, and we will have the most confidence, and people hate that about us. And honesty, like, I think that a lot of black women are honest. I feel like we lie to ourselves more than anything else. But other than that, we are pretty honest overall. Do we inspire others? Inspire your followers by setting a good example. Do we do that? I feel like most women do. Most black women do inspire others. Do black men do that? They inspire people in certain ways, but are those positive ways? I'm not saying that black women are just perfect and we don't do anything wrong, but I know that black women are really inspirational. I can find so many inspirational black women if I just Googled them and looked them up. But if I did the reverse with black men, it's just something about most of them that you're going to find something in their past, in their story, that was horrible. Like, that's what I find. I'm always online and I'm like, yeah, Martin Luther King, he did this, this, and this, but he did this. He did this a lot, and it was bad. And y'all that know, Martin Luther King was cheating on Coretta left and right, and with women that did not look like him. Martin Luther King, he was trying to come together and go along to get along in this system of oppression. And that's why that will never work. The Black Panthers, they inspired a lot of people, but a lot of women, especially black women, don't know that black women ran the Black Panther Party the best that they could, but they were working with a group of men that had a messed up mentality. So that was destroyed. They were letting in women that didn't look like them. And at the time, that couldn't be trusted because the men that don't look like us knew that all they had to do is send in other women, and that would just destroy them from the inside out. Like, so it's like the mindset, again, it wasn't where it should have been to be trying to come together, black women trying to come together with them. Commitment and passion. Be passionate and get your hands dirty. Black women are known to do that. Everything black women do as a whole, we're very passionate about, and Black women, we don't mind we've been getting our hands dirty. We had no choice since the inception of this country. We were working in the fields right along with the men. They seem to forget that. They don't know that. They count you out when it comes to that. They say that they went through slavery and they had to go through this, but they forgot that you were the ones that were sold into slavery first by the men that look like them. And when I say the men that look like them, this right here, if you're not looking at the screen, look, this is what I mean when I say that, well, when most people say that all skin folk ain't kin folk. This was just in 2023. This was an African chief apologizing to African Americans for their part in slavery. So I know everybody thinks that we're all the same. We look alike, but we're not all the same. We're basically, but they act the same though. So y'all into slavery. When we got out of slavery over here, black men were selling women into prostitution to be pimps. So yeah. Black women have always been getting sold all throughout history by the men that look like them. And I'm not even going to say black. It's not just black women. It's other women and other girls in other countries. They're still selling their daughters to men. So this is not just a black thing, but I'm focusing on black women today because of this whole Black Project 2025 thing. Good communicator. You must communicate your message effectively. I feel like I'm a very good communicator. If you don't understand something that I say, y'all could leave a comment and get down there and I'll correct myself. Sometimes I'm speaking so fast, I might say something wrong or, but correct me if I say something that didn't sound right, because I might have, or you might have just understood me. But I feel like I'm a good communicator. And when I talk to most women, when I hear most women, I hear them saying that their husbands do not communicate. That's like a huge issue that we have with men communicating. And I know why that is. I feel like they're all like, oh God, y'all forgive me. I feel like they're all like stunted. Mentally, I feel like most men are stunted and they haven't had to communicate properly. I don't think they can anyway. Like, I think they all communicate like on a maybe 6th grade level. I think they stop like at 12, 13 years old, like the level of communication they have. And I see it. I'm 41 years old. I see it online with these men talking. I see it with men in my everyday life. I see it with my sons. I see it. So, but women are not like that. Women are known to over communicate. We communicate. Decision-making capabilities. When we get married, most women are the ones in the family who are making all the decisions. Decisions taken by leaders have a profound impact on their people. So I feel like black women, we have trouble making decisions because once again, we want to put that into our man's hands because we feel like that's what we're supposed to be doing because that's what we were taught. And then we get frustrated when we do that and they don't make the decisions that we think that they should make. And so we just step up and do it. We automatically do it when we have to, because I feel like that's because we're natural leaders and we just need to take that role. We just need to just accept it and just do it. Accountability. Do y'all think that most of the men who look like us, do they take accountability? If y'all are online, I would say no. I would say no. And I'm also on this one, I'm saying that a lot of women don't like to take accountability too. Let's read it. Everyone on the team is accountable for what they are doing, starting with the leader. I think leaders should take accountability for themselves and their team. Yes. And I feel like by women starting the 4B movement and by backing out and being celibate and saying we're not going to birth anymore because everything is our fault, I think that's women taking accountability. Women going to get on permanent birth control, long-term birth control, stepping up and taking care of the kids. That's all accountability. And I hope that it gets better. I see women taking more accountability. I see a few men are online. I only seen like 2 or 3 men online that are trying to take it and trying to make other men take it. But yeah, that's something that I think that women naturally take more than men. Delegation and empowerment. Empower your followers and delegate tasks to them. I feel like women are known to do this. Like, women do it all the time, especially when you're married and you have kids. Women come up with the cleaning schedule for the kids, and she's going to cook. She's going to know when the kids have to be at the daycare. She's going to have certain days where she cleans up the house. She's going to schedule her husband's appointments. She's going to schedule her appointments, the kids' appointments, when everybody needs to go get shoes, soccer, sports. Most of the time, I don't do all that because I'm not, y'all. I'm a Virgo. I'm not supposed to be stressed out like that. But when most women do get into relationships, they do delegate everything. They delegate everything. So 9, creativity and innovation. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Women are very innovative, especially black women. We have so many things that are being stolen from us. And if you're online on TikTok, it's so many dances and like poetry and songs and fashion. And black women are very innovative. And I think all of these things pretty much sum up black women because we're the mothers of the earth. Like all of these things are going to naturally come from us. So when people steal them from us, I'm like, I don't really care because we're the mothers. So they came from us, and that's why they're taking it, because they came from us. Whatever. Empathy. Leaders should develop empathy with their followers. And I think, like I said, that's black women. We have sympathy. We have empathy. I just think that we have to have it more with ourselves. We have to be more understanding and caring with ourselves. I did not mean to stop and do this right in the middle of these videos, but yeah, y'all see all of these things that qualifies one to be a leader, and this is you. I think it's time for us to stop trying to get people to be leaders and just realize that we are meant to be leaders. I don't care what men tell you, you are the leaders. Y'all, I hate to get biblical and everything, but I have read through the Bible like 3 times. And in Proverbs 9 and 12, it speaks of wisdom being a woman. Why would it speak of wisdom? The Bible says a lot of stuff about the power of women, but for some reason, the way it's taught, it's like women are nothing. The Holy Trinity literally leaves out women. It says the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. And I think that they gave the Father and the Son those titles because they wanted you to know that those are men. But I really believe that the Holy Spirit is woman. The most important part is the Holy Spirit. That's the woman. The Statue of Liberty is a woman. Women rising, I think, will set everybody free. I really think that they have been throwing us hints and we just haven't been paying attention to it. You know, it's time for these nations to rise. And if y'all notice, like, these women are trying to rise up. They're trying to rise up. Y'all, I read the Apocrypha, or I have read it. And for y'all that don't know what the Apocrypha is, it is a continuation of the Bible. It's supposedly supposed to be like the lost books of the Bible, and they put them all together. There's a story of a king called Darius in there, and it's like 3 men. Each of them wrote 3 sentences. I'm just going to give y'all a summary. If y'all want to read it, it's First Esdras 3 and 13, and then First Esdras chapter 4, like verses 14 through 27. The story is in there. First Esdras chapter 4, verses 14 through 27. And it's like a story of 3 men, and they each wrote a sentence to see who was the wisest man. And one of them said that wine, in his sentence, he said that wine is the strongest. And then the other one, he said the king is the strongest. And the last one said that women are the strongest. So the king, after they wrote their sentences, the king, he gathered like all the men and everything to read the men's sentences. And basically he was saying that the one that said that women are the strongest was correct. And the reason, I'm trying to sum it up, he was saying that he was correct because women gave birth to all of the men that created wine. Women gave birth to the man that created the wine. Women gave birth to the king. And he was saying, okay, I'm going to read a little bit, y'all. 14, verse 14, chapter 4. It says, O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it the wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by the sea and the land. So therefore, y'all, he's saying that women are the strongest because we birth all nations. That's why we have more power. And in verse 16, it says, even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards from whence the wine cometh. So he's saying that women breastfed all of these men that planted the vineyards and did all these great things. They wouldn't be alive if women didn't birth them and breastfeed them and nourish them. So these also make garments for men. Women make the garments for these men. These bring glory unto men. Women bring glory unto men. And without women cannot men be. That's what the king is telling them in front of all of these great men in the Apocrypha. And then verse 18, it says, yea, and if men have gathered therefore gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? So men have gold and silver, but they still have to have women because of our beauty and the favor that we bestow upon them, because we're just greater than gold and silver. And letting all those things go, do they not gape and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? They cannot stop looking at the beauty of a woman. And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? So he's telling y'all, the wise man knows that the woman is the prize. A man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. This is verse 22 in the Apocrypha, chapter 4. Women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? She has dominion over you because you do all of that for her. Wherefore a man loveth his wife. This is verse 25, chapter 4. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Many have also perished, have erred, and sinned for women. So he's saying men pretty much do anything for women. He's saying that women have all that much power. There's more verses in here about it, but I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to get back into the rest of these videos, and I will be back after this.
So I've been seeing all these videos about the Black Project 2025 being proposed, and I think that that's an amazing collaboration idea. However, the first thing that we as a people have to really realize and teach one another is wealth. And that is why I am very big on women empowerment, particularly women of color empowerment. Because a lot of times, even if you're not Black, literally, we are not programmed toward prosperity as women. We are programmed to be wives, to be mothers, to put everybody above ourselves. And we're depressed, we're burnt out, we're isolated, we're lonely. It's all these different things. We're unfulfilled because we're creative beings. We have all this creative energy flowing through us. And when you have a bunch of distractions, and it doesn't matter if you don't even have kids, a lot of times men come into your lives as a distraction. Can this dude facilitate a dream? If he cannot, you need to leave him alone because he's a distraction. That is a problem. Men are distracted by what they see, and they're not focused on wealth. Instead of just keep buying Apple products, how about you invest in Apple as well? So therefore it's balanced, okay? You're not just a consumer. You have to get out of that mindset. You have to get out of the lack mindset, because a lot of times we as a people have just been programmed to be consumers, and we haven't been taught how it works, how the world actually works. It is through investment. And the Bible is there's so many different scriptures about this, and I talk about this on my website. Is www.harmonylifecoaching.org. There's so many resources. I have prosperity journals, I do courses, I coach one-on-one about this. It's very important that as a people we learn this and then we teach it to our kids, because that is how we change our community. It's not through just being given things. Because if you subconsciously, you can say on a conscious level, no, if I had $1 million right now, I know what I'd do with it. Half the time you don't. That's why a lot of lottery winners lose all their money by 5 years, because they didn't have a wealth consciousness. They didn't know to invest in real estate, invest in stocks, invest in their community and people, all types of things. Collaboration. There's no competition. It's only collaboration. Period. And you've been sold a bag of goods, like a lie. You just lies. That's it. Nothing else matters but you learning to come here and express yourself in your most authentic version of yourself. That is what you're here for. You're planted to prosper. So anytime that you feel like that you're not worthy of something, that you don't deserve something, a lot of times we buy things because we're depressed. We haven't been to therapy. Okay. We're like, oh, your families are like, oh, all this freaking trauma that I put in your lives and all the crap that you've seen growing up, suck it up. No, baby. Stop that crap. It's unhealthy. Go get some help. Go get therapy. Then come get coaching. Okay. Because you are not meant to endure all this crap and just hold it in. That's why you have to reprogram your mind. That's why Romans 12:2 says, renew your minds. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, because that's not going to get you to prosper. You have a gift inside you. You have to release that gift, and that's when your prosperity comes. Because that is only through connecting to your God presence within you that you even acknowledge that. And that's why you have people who get wealth, but then their health fails, and then they're in the hospital. And they can't, like, their money can't buy them health. That's why God promises abundant prosperity in all ways. You'll have the health and the wealth to go with it. That is your birthright. That is what you are here to do. Don't stop the distractions. They will literally entertain Black people to death, okay? And they will distract you out of your wealth. Wealth is not hard. It takes consistency. It takes diligence. Sometimes it takes, no, I'm not going out. No, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not going to buy this $55 Stanley. Okay? I'm going to put $55 into this monthly course so I can learn something, so I can invest in myself. And I literally, when I invested in myself and I bought coaching and I bought courses and I learned more, that is when my life changed. Before that, I was a consumer, period. And I had no investments. I had no assets. I was just a straight liability. And it's not until we change that as a people that our world, our future for our children change.
Okay, so she is right about, women not being programmed towards prosperity, and we are taught to put everybody above ourselves. But I don't consider myself to be a woman of color because I'm Black. And I separate Black from white. I know there's different nationalities and people are from different countries, but I'm like, hey, Black or white, like Black or white, and you're from a different country or nation. But anyway, the Black women in the comments had an issue with her just speaking for women. So I'm going to address that. This is why I don't think that this will work, because Black women will always try to bring Black men with them, because Black women see them as being the same as us. And I feel like we are not the same. Like, a lot of Black women and men are just not compatible, are not going for the same things in life. It's hard for us to even communicate with each other. Most of us don't understand each other. We just think because we're the same color that we are the same people. But I don't think that Black women and Black men think alike or act alike in any kind of way. And there are a lot of male identified Black women that act hood because they're around the hood niggas. But I don't know. But let me show y'all these comments of the women who just did not want to accept anything that she was saying, and they're going to fight for their men. And that's why I'm saying y'all can't just throw together something like this, because it's going to be infighting like always. So if you're going to come together, you're going to have to come together with like-minded people. You can't try to just jump in and start arguing with people. Y'all have to be like-minded on just basic stuff. Like, basic stuff, you have to have an outline, and you can't, like, we already know that most black men don't want the same things that we do. Like, if they did, it would be like so much stuff that's already done. Grocery stores, banks, schools, just stuff like that. Neighborhoods that were built and protected. Like, black women want that stuff. We just haven't done it. Like, and I think we haven't done it is because we refuse to see other women as the community, as protectors, as confidants, as friends. You know, we refuse to look at other women like that. And I feel like that's why we haven't done it, because we're waiting for men to get up and do it with us. And I don't know. If it's not now, it's never. So let's get into these comments and I'll be right back. So y'all saw the comments. Most of the women in the comments weren't upset that she was trying to include all women of color. They were more upset that she was trying to exclude black men. And it was even some black men in there always, asking, why are y'all always trying to exclude black men, and why is it always got to be about women's empowerment? It's like they just want to be like up under us and around us so bad, and like the entire world could see that they really don't like us. They have told us and shown us that they don't like us, but they just can't live without being around us. They just hate when we try to just separate and try to do our own thing, because it's time for a change. The definition of doing the same thing over and over again is insanity. And black women are doing that. They're fighting tooth and nail to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Even the Korean women got the message. Like, we cannot keep doing the same thing because these men do not like us. Korean women have figured that out. White women even figured that out when they started the dang feminism. When they start going against their men, they were like, nah, we ain't putting up with this. We got to do something for them to act right. And their men started acting right a little bit just to keep them around. But right now, even white women are joining the 4B movement, because I think women globally are realizing that women have to separate from men if they want to end patriarchy. Women have to stop giving birth to the men that are oppressing them the most. So, and it's just not black women. Black women are the ones that are going to be hardest to get on the train, because black women are like super like stigmatized. Like y'all see it. Like I don't know how it's different for us. I don't know why it's so much different for us. Black women are the most ride or die women in the world for men that don't like them. And I'm not just saying this. Y'all know that y'all have seen them online showing and telling for at least the last 10 years, showing y'all and telling y'all. I have done videos on it. A lot of y'all have done videos on it that they don't like us. But black women, the more and more they show and tell us, the more and more black women are like, no, not my king, not my not my black king, not my son, not all. And I'm just like, okay, but girl, let's get back into the rest of the videos, y'all.
What's good, TikTok? My name Nico, founder and creator of a social media app called Reebee. Basically, I'm reaching out to my community to try to get some type of support. I made this app to break down stereotypes, create new narratives, build community, uplift my community. Feel me? Right now, I'm just asking for a little support, a little help. I'm reaching out to the 92% of Black Project 2025, whoever, the Boycott Project, whoever can see this, whoever listening to this. I made a safe space for us. I made a place where we can display our abilities, you feel me? Our collective mindsets. Feel me? It's called Reebie. It's available for iPhones in the App Store. The only reason it's available for iPhones is because when I was learning how to code, I didn't realize I was only learning how to code for one device. So I gotta learn how to code for Androids. But long story short, if you're seeing this, please share it, please comment, please like it.
Serious question, y'all. Who do y'all think will support him the most? Who do you, like, just write it down in the comments. Who do y'all think will support this man right here the most to get what he's trying to get done? That's all I want to say.
Black Project 2025. Yeah, you heard that right. And no, it's not that section in Trump's Project 2025 that Ben Carson wrote. Black Project 2025 is the brainchild of a 22-year-old entrepreneur by the name of Anaya Holloway. Here are 3 things you should know about Black Project 2025 and where Anaya actually sees this going. Number 1, Anaya took to TikTok to share this idea of a Black Project 2025 right after the presidential election results came in, with this idea that Black people will come together to create an agenda that supports the Black community specifically. Her vision includes opening up more Black-owned grocery stores, banks, doctor's offices, law firms, and a number of other businesses, which I hope doesn't include another brunch spot in Atlanta with hookah and a grass wall. You know I love Atlanta. But all of these initiatives, all of these businesses will be funded by the Black dollar. She says the staff that would help these initiatives move forward would include a CEO, a CMO, and a COO, with additional positions that are in the tech industry that would help run the platform. The leaders of this group would then host bi-weekly meetings with contributors and with community members about the progress that they're making with these initiatives. But the big question is, how do people feel about this? This leads me to number 2. They don't like it. I'm kidding. The day after she made the announcement, which is just 3 or 4 days ago, over 1,500 people signed up. There's now over 25,000 people signed up to join the group, which leads me to number 3. Anaya has been very open that this was just an idea that she wanted to bring to social media, and it has materialized into something bigger than she could have ever imagined. So much so, it has moved to a Google form because the amount of people that signed up crashed the platform she was on. What do you think about a Black Project 2025? Do you think it's needed, and will you support it?
Y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm just really sorry that I'm stopping so much, but what's going to make this really hard to do is that we are in a land that is ran by men who don't look like us and don't want us to have anything and don't want us to grow and prosper in their land. They don't see this as our home. This is why they're saying make America great again. They don't want you to have anything, and they have proven that in the past. And like I said, the definition of insanity is thinking that they're going to allow you to do all of this stuff on their land with no roadblocks. That's why I said Black women need to start moving in silence, because you are under a group of men who have nothing. So when you try to come together with those men that have nothing and try to get something with them, the men that they're supposed to be competing with are going to see that, and then they're going to stop that like they have done in the past. They don't mind Black women getting together and doing stuff. It's when you try to bring up the men that look like you, because that is their competition. Other men see men as their competition. I know that your men do not see other men as their competition when they're like literally in the land of their captivity where they were enslaved. They still don't see them as competition. They see them as friends, like kind of like the natives did. They tricked them into thinking that they were their friends. And like good mother Harriet Tubman said, if more people knew that they were slaves, she could have freed more of them. But they don't know that. A lot of Black women don't know that. Like it's only so much you can do. And with this group of men who don't understand, like no group of men are going to let you get ahead on a spot of land that they consider to be theirs. They're already taking back a lot of rights. They're already rolling back laws. They're already trying to go back to before Jim Crow. There's still sundown towns. Y'all have no idea the situation that we are in. I know black men really have no idea. I'm counting on black women to realize the dire situation that we are in, not only as women in this world, but black women have to be wiser than everybody else because we are the mothers of all. We're the mothers of all. So if we don't see what's going on and start getting wiser and stop thinking that we could just pull something together with these men who have never desired to pull anything together on their own, if we keep thinking we can do that, it's just, I don't know what to tell y'all. And that's why I say there has to be a separation. It's got to be a natural separation between women. That the ones who are already saying, oh, we're separating from these men, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about women. Y'all cannot bring all women. And I see it in all of these comments that these women are going to fight you when you try to tell them, we've done this before. We see what they're saying about us online. We see what they're not doing in real life. We see their mentality. When you try to talk to these women, they're going to be your opposition. So you cannot even talk to them. You can only talk in like small groups of like-minded women. So I'm willing to get together with anybody who wants to talk, not online. I don't want to sit here and have a whole conversation about anything like this online. I want to be like the South Korean women. I want to go underground. So let's finish this video up and I'll be back right after this.
I hope that y'all are paying attention to Black Project 2025 and that you are seriously supporting it. Do not let this pass by. Don't wait till it becomes popular to jump on it. I don't want to hear, oh, this might be a scam, because those white corporations scam you every day and you give them your dollars without any problem. Y'all also give y'all money to the church. Anyway, I'm gonna let that go. But black independence is the only way that we are going to truly be free. As you can see, we cannot trust the government. We cannot lean on the government to help us, to pull us up. We're gonna have to do it ourselves. And according to the stats, either, I'm trying to think whether it's the 1.3 or 1.8 trillion dollars that we put into this economy, we have the power to do it. I'm going to tag the young lady who is over Black Project 2025, who came up with the idea. Follow her page, follow along, support. She can explain it a whole lot better than I can. But whether you have a business and you can be a part of what she's doing, or you can support it, do it. This is how we're going to build a better future for our children and our grandchildren, and finally take our power back. The power that was stripped from us when they destroyed Black Wall Street in Tulsa and all the successful black towns and cities that they burned down. I've been preaching black independence for the last 2-3 years. It goes all the way back to Malcolm X, and probably before then, talking about black independence. And this isn't about trying to hurt white people or trying to hurt other communities. This is about empowering ourselves, because we realize we're all that we have. My goal specifically for me and my family by 2026 to make sure that my dollars are only circulating to the black community, like as much as possible. I have been looking at everything. When I want some headphones, I want some black owned company headphones. And even through Black Project 2025, they're working on possibly getting like black grocery stores. That's where I'm going to be spending my money. I'm taking this really serious. I deleted Instagram. I deleted Twitter. Only reason I still have TikTok is because TikTok is actually conducive for the movement. I've even gone as far as to research black wireless companies, which I actually found one. It's called Texas Wireless, TESIX Wireless. It's owned by a black woman. There is an app that you can use called Blapp, BLAPP. You can download it in your app store. It will show you every black business that is near you. I cannot stress this enough. Y'all, get off y'all asses and be a part of the movement. Do not be one of those people who complains about where we are as a people and doesn't do anything about it, especially when someone is presenting you the opportunity. It always was and it always will be about black independence.
This is what I'm saying. Like, when a black woman does something, they want to jump on it to be all gung-ho. But if she really succeeded in the future, y'all will be reading headlines like, or they'll be on podcasts talking about it wasn't a black woman that started that. Black women always taking the credit for stuff. And they still talking about Black Wall Street. Like they want to rebuild now after Black Wall Street. How many hundreds of years ago was Black Wall Street created and destroyed? And what did they do to try to fight to keep that Black Wall Street going? Like they're not supposed to fight. They're not about to fight anybody to protect anything that they build. They don't have a military. They don't have anything. They can't protect what they build. They can't protect black women in this land. That's why I'm saying, black women, y'all are on your own. Y'all keep on trying to be up under these men that cannot protect y'all. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. They still talking about stuff that happened 130, 40 years ago. And Umar, he started a school, 15 years ago? Collected millions of dollars from people, and y'all are willing to work with men like this? He didn't never give them people back their money. Everybody that was donating, all of their kids were in elementary school hoping that their boys would be able to go to his school. Their kids are grown now with kids of their own. Are y'all serious? And what other schools do y'all know of that a black man has opened? This is why I'm saying, black women, y'all have to be wiser. Y'all have to look at people's track records. How many black-owned grocery stores do we have? We got all these rappers and singers and actors and black men that are so wealthy and haven't built any neighborhoods. I'm pretty sure there are some neighborhoods, but like I said, you're in a land of men who don't think you belong here. And as far as those black-owned jobs, y'all are not paying attention to what Trump is trying to do. He's talking about mass deportations. He's trying to reset America. They don't have anywhere to deport us to, but they can't get rid of us. They brought us here, but now they can't get rid of us like they want to do. So what do y'all think that he meant? He's not an idiot. He didn't say that on purpose. He's not getting rid of these Mexican people for no reason. He's trying to make a spot for you. If they're trying to reset everything, he's trying to give us the lowest paying jobs, taking away any programs that were created to help us, and trying to reset and make America great again. I know a lot of y'all don't want to believe that, but it's like plain as day to me. And that's why I'm saying black women need to come together and pull your funds now. People are taking their monies out of these banks. People are getting gold. People are stockpiling whatever they can before these tariffs hit. I don't know what to tell y'all. If you got a group of friends, women friends, or family that will listen to you, all I can tell you is just get with them and do what you can do now. But I hate to see all these women jumping on this Black Project 2025. Like, y'all, he's about to be in the office next month. Like next month. And y'all just now talking about starting to build grocery stores. I'm not saying there's no black grocery stores. I know of one. I've known of one or two natural hair stores. I couldn't afford them. I would try to go in there, and because we try to be natural, everything's more expensive. Even the people like in China that sell they sell the stuff for like our beauty supply stores, when they know that we're black and we own these stores, they purposely make it hard for us to get products from them because they don't want us to compete with all of the Asian hair stores. It's been proven that if they know that you have your own. So black people, we got it hard all the way around. The whole entire world and system is set up against us. So we can't afford to be coming together with people just because they look like us if they don't have the same mindset. Like if they don't have a warrior fighter mindset. I know y'all think that after Trump won that we're supposed to be in our fuck everybody soft girl era. We're not fighting. We're just resting. We can't rest. We're in trouble. Like we are in dire trouble, and y'all are talking about resting. If that means just not helping anybody else and just helping the women that look like you that are like-minded, fine, so be it. But y'all cannot, now is not the time to rest because it's about to get ugly. It's about to get real ugly out here, and I don't know what's about to happen. I don't have anybody to talk about this stuff with besides my mom. So all I'm doing right now is doing what I can do, talking to y'all. I'm working. I'm not going to talk about all that I'm doing, but I'm doing what I can do. So I don't know. Get down in the comments, ladies. I know I feel like this video was all over the place. For some reason, I could not just get my thoughts together. So get down in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole Black Project 2025. Do y'all have any friends or family members that are excited about it? Are you excited about it? If you are excited about it, tell us why in the comments, and tell us why you think this would be something that would work. Like, just all of a sudden, just all willy-nilly, y'all think this would just work out all of a sudden. Tell me if you don't think it'll work. Like, let's get down in the comments and talk about this. If y'all got any ideas of how we can link up in our areas. I hate to tell anybody what state I live in. I probably have, but like, y'all know people be trying to dox. That's why I don't show my face, because I don't want to get doxed. I don't want these crazy men or these pygmies coming for me. So, but I know I'll be all right though. But y'all get down in the comments and let's talk about it. And I will see you ladies next time. Bye.